presentation on my screen? Okay, perfect. I think I'm going to go ahead and start and people can trickle in. So welcome everybody. I'm really excited to have everybody here. We've been preparing for this for a while and it's wonderful to see a lot of you are interested in this. In total, we have 21 registrants. I think there's like 11, 12 of us here right now. So in the next sessions, we're probably going to have more people. I've heard some people couldn't make it today. All right, I'm going to start. Like I said, welcome. I want to start with introducing a little bit about who's here with us right now. So stakeholders of our course. I wanted to use the term stakeholders for the sake of emphasizing that we are going to be establishing a community here together, and we're going to be using this term in some of our activities. So a stakeholder is a party that has an interest in a community and can either be affected by be affected or affect the actions, objectives, and policies of a community. So we are all people here as a part of this course community that have an impact and will be impacted by what we do here. Shortly, who's here in the room with us right now? We have students, we have some PhD and master's students. We have undergraduate students from UFR, RIT, and some other schools. And we're probably going to have a couple high school students from the Rochester area. We have educators, we have university and high school level professors and teachers. And we have a couple of staff members, mostly from UR, librarians, university services, developers, etc. Just wanted to let you all know who's in the room and we'll share out as well as we go. So welcome to everybody. Okay, first things first, I want to talk a little bit about accessibility. And if you can't hear me or if I cut off, feel free to write it in the chat and I can slow down as well. So first of all, to make sure all content is accessible for all, for the next month, I'll upload subtitled recordings of all of these sessions online. So if you want to go and revisit anything, or if you miss a session and you want to watch it again, to catch up, they will be online. I'll share it with all of you, and I will add subtitles so you can follow in more detail. Additionally, I'll try my best to include all prompts, examples, introductions as written material in the slides. I'll try to refrain from saying a lot without having it written down here, just so you can follow more easily. In case you need to miss the live Zoom sessions, I'll create guides on how to do the group activities we're going to do in class as individuals, so you don't miss any of the content. I will be available via Slack. We're starting a Slack channel and I'll send you the invitation shortly, or email to answer any questions. And I'm happy to do Zoom meetings between sessions if anyone wants to talk to me or catch up in person. And lastly, I am open to experimenting with any and all recommendations for accessibility that you have. So if you know of any tools or you prefer a different approach than what we're doing, drop it in the Zoom chat, email me, Slack message me, and we can experiment with any accessibility tools as we keep going with this class. This is the first time we're going to be doing, there's a lot of different stakeholders from a lot of different places here, and there's also people with different accommodations and needs. So this is going to be an interesting challenge for me as well. So let me know if you have any recommendations. All right, moving forward, I would like to talk about some ground rules that I prefer to do in my classrooms. First of all, we will practice active listening a lot in this course. That's going to be the most of what we're going to do next week. And our first and most important rule is, unless you're instructed to do otherwise, we drop everything and pay attention to someone when they're sharing or talking, and just doing any of the prompts out loud. So please pay attention only to the person that is speaking. Second rule is, let's make it a general rule to write out a brief version of what we're saying out loud in Zoom to the chat box. similar to what we're going to do today with introductions, or when we're doing like short prompts. When you come out and say it on Zoom, just type it in the chat too if it's a short thing. Thirdly, communication is key. Let me know if your needs, any accommodations, as well as when you will miss a live session, because I will make pairs and groups and such. So it will be important to know who's going to be here or not. And also, please comment, communicate with your groups and teams on time when we have group activities, so nobody falls behind. All right. I'm going to move forward with an icebreaker soon, but I just want to introduce myself shortly. I'm a rising senior at University of Rochester studying evolutionary biology and archaeology. I've been doing student-led social entrepreneurship, design thinking education, and facilitation for the past 7+ years. At Barbara J. Berger iZone, which is the Innovation Center at University of Rochester, I conduct events, workshops, and internal staff projects around themes of creativity, resilience, and taking action. I also conduct a lot of client-tailored or user-specific design thinking and project management workshops and consulting sessions. We also have a Center for Community Leadership where a lot of community engagement practices happen. I co-teach a class called Introduction to Community Engaged Scholarship. And I am also going to be helping improve the advanced seminars next year. And I've mentored over 45 students in the past 2 years, and I'm happy to keep going. So that's a bit about me. Lastly, some of my most treasured values are authenticity, caring, passion, and collaboration. And I'm sharing this because in the icebreaker, I will ask you to do the same. All right, so we have 3 to 5 minutes to think about and optionally doodle your superpower. So the question is, what's your secret superpower, your unknown talent, or your mastered skill? You can either doodle it or think about it and share it out loud, just to introduce yourself to us. Additionally, we will go around and share out these superpowers. You can tell it with your doodle, or you can simply describe your superpower. You can use pen and paper and just put it on the camera, or you can use this online app that I will also, Zoe, could you drop that in the chat? The Awe app?
Yep.
Okay. And when you are sharing your superpower, please also share and also drop it in the Zoom chat, your name, your stakeholder pool, as in how you want to introduce yourself, what stakeholder pool, what are your values, 1 or 2 of them, why are you here in this course, and where are you in the world right now, just so we have a sense of time zones and such. All right, you guys have 5 minutes.
Actually, would it be okay if I share an idea I have along with the superpower? I mean, as long as it's related.
Oh yeah, that's perfectly fine. All right, last minute to wrap up our thoughts, and then we will start sharing out our prompt responses. And thank you for dropping your answers in the chat as well. Okay, everybody ready? I can start and you guys can just turn on your mic and continue. So I drew this. It says I can make anything out of cardboard, and that is my secret superpower. We like playing around with like cardboard and random tools in iZone, so that's my superpower. I'm making a fortress here. I shared my all of my other information with you beforehand. So anybody like to go next? Zoe, did you do it? Go ahead.
Yeah, I can go. Hi everyone, I'm Zoe. I'm an iZone staff member. I'm the program initiatives manager here at iZone, and I'm here for today's session to step in to facilitate if Dennis's internet goes down. So for my superpower, I drew that I am organized. So I drew myself a little pencil and a to-do list. I like making things organized. And of course, that's usually after I've messed a lot of things up. And my values, I think I put in that I value curiosity and respect. And maybe I'll nominate someone to go.
Go ahead.
I nominate.
I'll go.
Oh, someone wants to go? Sure, brave soul, go ahead.
All right. So I guess, so this kind of reminds me of a story that I once wrote. So it revolves around a group of high school students who attend what looks like an ordinary prep school on the outside, but on the inside, students learn magical abilities based on a certain art of their choosing. So the story revolves around this select group of teenagers who come to this school trying to legalize using magical abilities outside of school. And since I'm an engineering major, I think the engineering major's superpower is to convert dreams into a reality. Like whatever, like if they have an idea in mind, they can actualize it. So that would be my secret superpower.
I love that. Thank you. You want to nominate somebody?
Let's see.
I could just go next.
Oh, okay.
My name is Susan. I am a senior at U of R. I think that I would say my secret superpower is getting to know people. I work at the university call center where I do like a lot of building rapport with people that have attended the university in the past, and the target goal is to kind of delve into the conversation really quickly and try to get to know someone fast so that I can talk to them about their experience at the university. So I would say that's my secret superpower.
Can I go next, or is somebody online?
Go ahead.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Berta Nili. This is my last semester of a U of R for the master program of education. I think one of my superpowers can be that I am very patient. A lot of people told me that. I like to work with people, and also I think I have compassion, and I want to be honest, and I want people to be honest with me also. And I think that's it.
Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome.
I can go next. So I'm Theo. I'm a rising sophomore in the chemical engineering department at U of R. And a few of my superpowers I'd say I have a pretty good sense of direction. So if it's getting around town without having to use a GPS, I'm probably better at that. And I'm also good at compartmentalizing different situations and not letting, you know, one thing bleed into other work that I have to do. So I'm good at setting things apart and you know, focusing on what needs to be done at the moment.
That's awesome. I suck at using a GPS, so you definitely, that's a superpower. All right, we have a couple more people.
Hello, can I go next?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, yeah, thanks. Hello, my name is Habitam. I'm from Ethiopia, and I'm a new graduate student in the Department of Physics and Astronomy in UFR. And I think my secret superpower I recently discovered is I actually could empower. I help some people to empower them uh, pursue what they like to do in their life. I discovered that recently after someone who graduated in software engineering told me he was there because I told him to go for it, and I was glad. And I value honesty and perseverance. And I'm in a rural area, so I really want to engage in a community service. So that's why I joined this class. Thanks.
That's wonderful. Thank you.
Can I go next?
Yes, go ahead.
So my secret power is not so secret, but it is empathy. I've drawn heart in heart because I can easily tune to other people's feelings and emotions, and I can be there for people who need me. And therefore, I think that this is one of my greatest assets in dealing with people. Also, I honor honesty and integrity as values, and I work as a high school teacher in Croatia.
That's a beautiful doodle. Thank you for sharing. I think we have 3 or 4 more people.
I'll go. I'm Paige. I thought for some reason it was not like a secret superpower you have, but a secret superpower you would have. So I said that I would be anything or do, like, be able to do or anything or be anything. I'm a rising junior at Eastman. That's like the music school through U of R. And my values, I'm in Rochester right now. My values, I missed one, but I have awareness, honesty, kindness, presence, and like actively making improvements.
Thank you. Those are really wonderful values too. Keep them in mind for what we're gonna do next. Thank you.
Thanks.
LaQuanda, are you there?
I think I'm the last one. Sorry guys, I've been dealing with. Can you guys hear me? I have bad internet. Oh, shoot.
We can hear you right now.
Okay. Yeah, I've been dealing with 2 kids and a dog, trying to keep them out of the, out of the room. So I couldn't think of weird, you know, I've heard of this icebreaker so many times, and when it comes to thinking about it myself, the only one I could think of was resourcefulness. I grew up in Lithuania without much of anything and had to figure out how to dress and how to eat well and all those things, and it transferred to who I am now and how I use resources. So that's my superpower.
That is an awesome superpower. I think being resourceful is one of the most important things. Thank you.
Okay, I'll go. Good morning, everyone. My name is LaQuanda. I work at River Campus Libraries as a student projects, student employment manager. River Campus Libraries is a University of Rochester, within University of Rochester. My superpower, I always think of 2. So I really am an ideas person. So I am known in a lot of my personal and professional spaces as the person who comes up with crazy ideas. Sometimes they're crazy enough that they don't make it to actually happening, but a lot of times they do. My other superpower is styling. I really enjoy dressing others or providing them advice for style. I have a part-time job at J. Crew. So I am like I call myself a personal brand ambassador, but I really enjoy helping people pick out clothes and I enjoy dressing myself. So those are my superpowers.
Laquanda, I didn't know that about you. You'll have to take me out and style me now.
I would love to.
Laquanda and I are co-workers, so.
Yes.
Yes, I see a hand raised.
Can I add a superpower? Because I forgot to add one additional one.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I guess another superpower of mine is I'm autistic, so I'm kind of lacking in communication skills, so to speak. So I never really had a lot of friends throughout high school because of it. So, but I guess an upside of that is it allows me to be impartial to make a decision. Like if I like if one of my friends did something bad, like commit a crime, I guess my autism kind of prevents me from favoritism. I'd be like, well, I know you're my friend, but I have to be fair, and I think it also allows me to view everybody the same. So I can't really see any stereotypes, or I don't have any preconceptions about what a person is going to be. So I guess this lack of communication skills allows me to be a bit more tolerant, so to say.
I think being objective is a very valuable skill to evaluate a situation. So that's a really good superpower. Thank you.
Can I go next?
Yes, please.
I guess I'm the last one. I'm Yue Yuan. I'm a master's student at RIT, major in color science. My superpower, I think it would be I can create some like visual tricks. Like, so it's like a play of your visual system and the brain interpretation. And another superpower I'm not really proud of is I can fall asleep in 10 minutes if I want. So yeah, I'm here because I want to be more engaged in the community because I'm an international student from China, and because of the pandemic, I haven't feel I'm really engaged with a lot of people in this new environment to me. So I hope to learn more about this new environment and to make connection with more people. And my value I expressed with a equation that's an equation in sustainability field. So it's about the property you have and the carbon emission to produce each of the items you have multiplies the technology index should be equal to a constant in order to have a sustainable future. So my value is we need to, I think sustainable technology, we need to increase our sustainable technology in industrial field in order to achieve a sustainable environmental future. Yeah, so in this course, I especially hoping to figure out how I can like contribute to the waste management, like residential waste management, and like how to adopt sustainable technologies in waste management in order to like solve the current plastic crisis and carbon footprint.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing. And you came to the absolute right place to get to know a bit of the Rochester community and other wonderful people. I'm like super excited that you're all here. Everybody just sounds so interesting, and I love all of your superpowers too. So thank you.
And also, did you
go
say
ahead.
color? Did you say color science or computer science is your major?
Color science. Yeah.
Really? What's
Wow.
that? What's that about?
So it's well, I usually say this is that color only exists in your brain. So it's about the interaction between lights and objects and human brain. So everything you perceive, like every color you perceive is I think the better way to say it is everyone see this world different because each of them have a individual visual processing system. So my current study is about to quantify those individual color perception differences. And I think it's really fantastic that our human visual system could interpret the the visible lights into this sort of information that we used to, but we don't have enough idea about how those processing is happening in our brain. So yeah.
Wow, that's beautiful. And hey, that's a superpower for all of us. We each have different color perception. Thank you for sharing. I think we might have one last person. Lisa, did you go?
I didn't. So my superpower, I think, would be being organized. I am a staff member at U of R. I work on campus typically, but right now I'm working from home. I have 2 little kids and I have a dog. So my primary work responsibility is now let the dog in, let the dog out. But just trying to organize everything so that I can still get my work done, get school work done with my kids and keep them busy and give them different things to do during the day, as well as trying to keep everybody's calendar separate. So I guess that's my superpower. I shared everything else on the chat.
Well, we're very excited you were able to make it here. And definitely, I think managing a household right now is an absolute superpower. So best of luck.
Thank you.
All right. I believe that was, in fact, everybody, unless I'm forgetting somebody. Okay, wonderful. Thank you, everybody, for sharing. And as we continue in the next month, we're going to have a lot more opportunity to talk and get to know each other better. I'm going to move forward to talk a bit about what this course is going to be about, because I know I haven't shared a course outline with you yet. It is all set. You will have access to everything after this. And please give me feedback. If you have any recommendations, I would be happy to take that as well. Like, I am the instructor, but I think we're all learning here together. That's why I said we are creating a community. So I would be happy to take any ideas, any materials you have, and you'll see that I have already implemented that. So I'm going to start with talking about the course outline. All right, can everybody see the course outline page that I just opened?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. So these are just the basics. You guys already know these. I'm going to briefly talk about some general questions and then some little things we're going to be doing in the next month. So you all had access to this. We'll be meeting Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, 11 to 12 on Zoom. I will share a more permanent link with you very soon. We were having some logistical issues. We will have 12 sessions in total, so 12 hours altogether, and probably about 10 hours doing stuff outside of the Zoom sessions as well. So questions we will answer: what's design thinking and community engagement? I'm committed to a problem that breaks my heart. How and where do I begin addressing it? The most important to me, I think we are going to talk about, is how can I avoid top-down relationship structures and white savior situations when starting community engaged projects. I hear a lot from my students that they feel anxious to begin engagement because they don't know how to begin asking the right questions and approaching the situation. So that will be a lot of our focus. What are some strategies I can employ to ensure I'm not just coming into a community, but rather becoming a part of it? That's very important to me. And hopefully we will talk a lot about that. And the rest is about how can I utilize design thinking? How do I make connections between problems and problem solving strategies? And then lastly, I want to talk about how you can facilitate design thinking workshops for your own workspaces, teams, and communities. Like, how can you take this stuff and apply it elsewhere? And I will be very open source with everything I use and everything we do in class. So feel free to take any of this to wherever, to all of your workspaces, back to your teams and such. Okay, so I started a document. I want everyone, I will share all of these links as well. I want everyone for the next month to share any inspirational material relevant to our course here in this document. So I called it the Community Inspiration Share Out. I've included some links to start us off, and you are all welcome to add any of your own. So add a name and title of source, a link if possible, and what's this about? Why is this relevant to what we're doing? These are all the stuff we're going to be using in our course. And then these are some additional stuff I've added, and because this is the place you can add all of your information, resources, research as we keep going in the course. So please use this document very freely, edit it as much as you like. And I'll share all of these links with you as well. Moving forward to general housekeeping, but before that, do you guys have any comments or questions, etc.? You can drop them in the chat as I'm talking as well, and I will definitely answer. All right, cool. General housekeeping. This course is free of charge. It's open to everybody that registered. We won't expect anything. There will be no grades given in this course. It's not credit bearing, especially for UFR students. This is not a academically registered course. So you can't use it for any academic related purposes. However, for UFR students, this is most likely going to be okay to count for medallion program credits, and I will be in touch with you about that. Like I said, there'll be a total of 12 sessions and around 8 to 10 hours outside of classwork. You'll receive certification from us that you completed the course once we finish our month together. We will plan to meet on Zoom every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at this time, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. EST, like Rochester time. Any updates or changes to the schedule will be communicated beforehand. I will do my best to tell you at earliest that any change will happen. Additionally, I've been emphasizing this. I hope I will accommodate my best to be accommodating for everyone, and I will always be available via email, Zoom, or Slack to answer questions, take feedback, take any recommendations, and resolve logistical conflicts. I already know some of your special circumstances, so if anything comes up, you can let me know. You're all expected to attend these live sessions because we'll do a lot of in-class activities, but there may be times of conflict, you need to do something, you just need a day off. just let me know of your absence beforehand so I know what to expect when we come into the classroom, and I'll do my best to keep you updated and help you catch up. Class sessions will be recorded. I'll share it with everyone in the classroom. Some people have mentioned they have work during these times, so they will keep up with the recordings and attend if they can to any of these sessions. So the course will be available to take it at your own pace. Like I said, we're open source, so if you want to take that elsewhere afterwards, I would be okay with that as well. You will see this, but we are going to do something called exit tickets at the end of class. I'll ask you all to submit a question or insight from the course. At the end of each class, it will be an anonymous Google survey. I'll share that right after this session as well. This is just to keep updated and know where your head is at for me. They will be just shared with me and they will be anonymous. And then, like I mentioned, everybody will be expected to follow our course values, which is something we're going to do right after this, and maintain a respectful, inclusive environment. So just for those of you who have a bit more background in this, we are going to be covering some methodologies, some skills, and some tools you can use and take away. So we're going to talk about design thinking as a methodology, all 5 stages, and do activities about them. We're going to talk about community engagement principles and a lot of more value-centric issues based on that. And we're going to talk about mindsets of engagement and how to approach situations and such. 2 skills I want to focus on is active listening and facilitation. And then some of the tools we'll be focusing on and doing together is something I call stakeholder map. And the other 2 are already existing tools, empathy map and persona maps. Any questions so far? Everybody doing okay? Thumbs up, sideways, down? Okay. Okay. So class values is something we're going to brainstorm as our last activity today. Like I said, I really want this to be our community. I don't want to impose anything, and I want to make sure we're building this together. So we're going to talk about some values that we want to have throughout our class sessions. All right, here's the main thing I know everybody's interested in, and you will have all of this information. You can browse this right after class. We have 12 sessions, 4 weeks. We're starting. This is everything we're doing today. Like I said, for accessibility purposes, I'm intentionally adding a lot of text so everybody knows what we're doing and what to expect. This is all today. We are right here actually. And then next time we meet Wednesday, sorry, before that, let's talk about this. So I have objectives for each class, all of the activities we're gonna do in class. To-do items until next time. I didn't want to call it homework. This isn't a classroom. I highly recommend doing this stuff for our sustainability purposes and to know what's going on, but they're just to-do items. So today it will be to read some stuff on active listening, and I'll share the links with you. And then every single time we're gonna do a very short exit ticket, which is a tiny, tiny survey. So next up when we meet, we're going to talk about active listening and do an activity around that. You'll be paired up and given plenty time to complete an active listening exercise. And then we'll unpack and talk about our findings. A lot of our course will be doing an exercise and then unpacking and reflecting on it. We have some to-dos after that. We're going to continue. Shoe design experiment is my way of introducing design thinking in a hands-on way. That's what we're going to do Friday. Like I said, you'll have access to all of these. I'm just going to talk about the main topics. Session 4, meaning next week, Monday, we're going to talk about principles of community engagement. You're all going to be in groups, and then you'll be the ones doing the talking. Next, after that, I have a documentary that I'm going to recommend everyone, and we're going to spend our 5th session unpacking those. We're going to talk about power, positionality, and privilege. This is going to be the main 2-3 classes where we're really going to talk about what it means to come into a community, what it means to make meaningful connections, what it means to ask the right questions and find a core problem. So these are going to be a lot about that, and hopefully that will be a great conversation. From there, we're going to start connecting community engagement to more applicable tools and methodologies. So we're going to move on to something we call design thinking. We're going to talk about what kind of approaches and mindsets to have when we're doing engagements. Then we're going to move forward with all of the tools I mentioned. So we're going to do a little bit of introspection, like self-reflection. We're going to do an empathy map. Then we're going to do a stakeholder map. And then we're going to do a persona map. These are all tools that you can use. And we won't just like do. We'll reflect, have discussions, and talk about your findings personally to each of your interests and what you want to do. And then we will move forward, finish up with design thinking, and really like wrap up what ideation and prototype are. And then lastly, we'll talk about how to facilitate this for your own teams and for your own purposes. So you can do what I'm doing right now with your own teams and such. That's a very broad outline. Feel free to read this in detail and let me know what you think. Any questions so far? What do you think of this? Is this still of interest?
I think you did mention that you're going to share this. So are you going to share this today, or do you want us to read the whole thing now?
Oh no, I'll share it right after this session.
Because it's a lot of info.
Oh, definitely. I know, don't worry about it. I'll share the PowerPoint, the course outline, everything I'm showing you, I will send you a link for. We have a Google Drive folder and I'm putting everything I have there. So
okay.
That's going to be on your time, no worries.
Okay.
All right, people are still interested, wonderful. Okay, so that's all I have to share in terms of the course outline. I know it's long, so feel free to take it day by day. That's why I made it day by day, so you can focus on the next thing that's coming up. All right, I'm moving back to our PowerPoint presentation. So that was it for the course outline. If you have any feedback, let me know. So now I'm going to talk about a little bit about communication during and outside of class. We've started a Slack channel because we have 5 different courses. Everybody's going to have their own chat. I'm going to send this invitation to you right after class, so please join the Slack channel. I already talked about the community inspiration share out documents. Add any of your resources there throughout the next month. This is the Google Drive folder that has all of these in it. So that will be like the one big place where you can just click and you'll see the readings, the sessions, the course outline, etc. And this is the exit survey, but I'll share that at the end of every class individually, so don't worry about it. Okay, so we talked about all of that. So this is the last thing we're going to do today, which is setting the tone together. For the next month, as we talk about concepts of community engagement and problem solving, we are creating a community of our own. So I want to determine the values that we want at the heart of our conversations here for the next month together. That's why I asked about like, what are some of your personal values and which one of those do you want to bring into this community? So I'm going to take notes and then I will add this to the course outline and we will all respect our values together. So here are the questions. Share them out loud and also drop them in the chat, whichever you prefer or both. So the questions are, what do you value in a community/team? What values should be our guiding principles as we engage in conversations and share ideas, dreams, and problems that break our hearts? What values should guide us as we interact with each other? Today, right now, we're going to create our class values through answering these questions. So this is open forum, and I'll give the first one. I think mutual respect and keeping our conversations here private, as in when people share personal experiences, people share their ideas, we keep that here together and respect each other. That will be my first value that I want to say. Yes, I see respect for time. Let's use every minute we have responsibly. Definitely agreed. Communication and sharing perspectives. That is also agreed. Communication, everyone offering their part. Respect and listening. Respect our different backgrounds. Patience, grace. I think we're all going towards similar values, which are wonderful. Honesty. Shedding assumptions and listening to others. I'm also going to say like being explorative, like being okay with experimenting and like exploring new stuff. Tolerance and acceptance of people who may disagree with us. That is definitely a great value. Learning from each other's unique experiences. Curiosity, that's a great one too. Entertaining of ideas, definitely. I think I'll add to that and say encourage wild ideas. Humor, that's a great one as well. Oh, that's a great one. Yes, andism. So at iZone, also Zoe, by the way, is my coworker. At iZone, we do something called yes and, which is just saying, never say no to someone's idea, say yes and build on that idea and keep the momentum going. Oh, I love that, Yue. 1 + 1 is bigger than 2 and creative thinking. I think that's a great one. Originality, definitely. I'll add being true to ourselves, remaining authentic. Asking follow-up questions, definitely. That's a great one, Zoe. Thank you. Being brave. That's a really good one. Intellectual humility. We're going to talk about humility as one of our main values and mindsets because that's one of the most important things. I'll also say learner's mindset or beginner's mindset, admitting that we are all here to learn and we may not be experts at everything. That's a good one. Integrity is a good one. Okay. If you have some more, feel free to drop them in the chat as well. All right, Paige said, communication, not only open and respectful, but actively seeking each contribution, value of each entity, openness necessary, prioritization of creation, compassion, mutual enjoyment. Ironically, after a long list of someone's intense values, suspension of taking things too seriously. No, thank you, Paige. No, that's perfect. I think you really summed up a lot of what we were going for as well. And I really love the one that says actively seeking each contribution. I think it's really important to seek out one another and get feedback and ask for collaboration. So that's great. Thank you. Okay. I think we put down a lot of great ideas. And I will download our chat and make this into a list of our values and add it to the course outline so you all have access to them. And if we want to add anything as we go along, we can share it in our class sessions and we will make the adjustments. But I think we have a really great starter understanding of where everybody's coming from, a little bit of our backgrounds and interests, and what we all value together. And I really appreciate everyone putting in their wonderful feedback and opinions into this. Like, this has gone more beautiful than I imagined, so thank you a lot. Okay, I believe we are actually at the end where I'm just gonna talk about to-dos for next time, and respecting one of our values that we shared, which was respecting time and finishing on time. I'm going to finish right at 7. I mean, noon for you, 7 p.m. for me. So to-dos before Wednesday's session, I have 3 semi-short readings on active listening. I would love for everyone to have a look at them and highlight major takeaways and insights in preparation for our next session, because we're going to do a pretty long active listening activity. This is going to be our introduction to community engagement. Active listening is a tool everybody can use in their personal lives, professional lives. And we're going to talk about it in respect to community engagement and really being perceptive to others. So I'll share those with you. The 3 readings are here right as well, but I'll share the links right after this again. And finally, exit ticket. This is going to be the same every single time after every single session. This is literally like small feedback for me privately, so I know where we're at and how we want to move forward. The course outline isn't set in stone. I will adapt depending on your feedback and what you need out of this course. So this is the same question for every single time. Please submit 1 question that you asked yourself during today's session, 1 insight you obtained, and 1 topic you would like to explore further. And I'm going to put this in the chat right this second. I believe it is right here. Here are our most important links. Is everybody seeing all the links in the chat? Awesome. So there's the exit ticket. Please do it right after this session. It won't take you more than 2 minutes. It's really short. This is the Google Drive folder. It has the presentation, the course outline, all of the reading links, and it will always be updated. I will always add everything there. Join the Slack channel. This one is really important. I will remind it again on Wednesday, so we can text each other there. You can private message me if you don't want to email me. And then this is a Google document that has the links to the active listening readings. So these are all the links you need, everything I put in this presentation. That is all from me for today. Like I said, next week we'll do an active listening exercise. So while we're wrapping up, let me know if you have any comments, feedback, anything you want to say before we finish for the day. Personally, I am very excited to have met all of you. You all sound extremely interesting, and I'm looking forward to getting to know you, learning about your experiences, and learning together and building around these issues, because I'm personally very passionate about community engagement and about design thinking. So I'm looking forward to all of the conversations we're going to have. So anything you would like to say, please share it out. All right, let's do a small thumbs up, sideways, or down. How is everybody feeling?
Good.
Good. All right, wonderful. All right, thank you everybody. We're done for the day, and I will share the Zoom link for Wednesday with you via email and Slack, and hopefully we'll have 1 Zoom link for the rest of the month. All right, see you Wednesday.
Denise,
yes.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Is it possible for me to talk to iZone after this?
Yes, definitely. Please email me and I'll schedule a meeting with me or anybody else at iZone.
Okay.
Okay, bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm putting my